can I ask you, what do you think private equity are going to invest into, like, in the future then? If SaaS, as we know it, will cease to exist potentially and everything will become just a database and agents on top, what do you think private equity will be investing then? They're currently investing in SaaS.
Yeah, I mean, and they've been on a great run for SaaS, right? I've been in the environment for two decades, and they've been on an incredible run.
Yeah.
Like most private equity companies would openly admit, yeah, we've made our money in SaaS. So even if SaaS starts, the focus, if you like, starts moving away from SaaS, I think it's totally fair, right? We had the industrial evolution, which we missed collectively. Probably we had the internet evolution, which we partially might have observed some of. And now this is the next big thing, and it's probably the next big thing, which is not built on any precedent either. So I just feel that private equity companies at the moment are really thinking about, we're seeing all this incredible, like really cool tech, really cool AI use cases. Everybody's doing something, in their code, they're creating something. But private equity companies are going to be very, very simple, as I mentioned. Having something really, really intelligent from an AI point of view isn't valuable. Like, you need to prove that your monetization model works with your AI model now, and it scales, which I think is the other factor that we never had to worry about in the SaaS world. Invest good money, build it right once, and then the ongoing maintenance, if you like, it was relatively low, and it's just effectively, it's incredible levels of cash flow coming, very consistent. Build it once and then just really reap the rewards. That value equation now, from a PE point of view, is like, you can't build it once, because the velocity of change and the development is crazy. You think about an average procurement cycle of 12 to 18 months. Like, what's going to happen between signing a contract and renewing that contract, like in that middle of that space, like for you to stay relevant, for you to get retained at a customer level? And private equity companies are thinking the same thing. It's like, you have to prove to me that your AI monetization model on day one is fit for purpose, because we need to have somehow be able to predict, cash flow. It's going to scale. It's predictable. It's repeatable. All of those consequences. And in all honesty, in the old SaaS days, I don't think we used to really think about it. That we weren't heavily invested in that. We were really heavily invested in getting our, target market. How do we get those first customers on board, and then obviously, like a snowball, build on that model. Yeah, we'll optimize the pricing, over the next couple of years. We'll optimize it on a few basis. Used to be a little bit of an afterthought. Like, the money will come, we'll shift it. Going forward, if you haven't got that monetization model stitched with your AI moat and your value story, private equity is simply going to say, yeah, we can see you've made money. It's a lagging indicator. We can't see what you're going to make going forward. So how can we put our hat in the ring and give you any sort of valuation?
Interesting. So you're thinking maybe in the future, private equity are not going to be investing in tech? Because, if you look at venture capital, for instance, I think they're all going absolutely crazy about AI and investing in the AI companies. But obviously, it's a slightly different model than for PE. So do you think that majority of investments will going from VC space rather than PE space?
I still think the PE space is going to be really, really relevant and really, really impactful in here. But I think ask yourself two questions in that space. First and foremost, if you're looking at that sort of valuations that we're getting, some of these are getting sort of very fluid at the moment. How can you benchmark yourself on that valuation exchange, if you like, if you haven't got all the prerequisites? So you haven't got that AI tech, you haven't got that uniqueness about whether it's your data, your algorithms, etc., and you haven't already stitched an AI monetization, and then expect a valuation of 50x, even if you're in the right space, the right tech. So I think the demand will be different. So I think from a PE point of view, they'll demand that you have all your ducks in a row if you think you can get that, and obviously evidence-based value return, right? Then you can get that. Otherwise, I think you're going to basically see a hit on valuations, which says, we think we can help you get there, but you're not there today, which means you're not going to get that valuation that you're looking at in the market and thinking someone similar has just got a 20, 30. Your valuation is going to be a fraction of that, because there's a time to value that we have to now help you deliver. And I think that's what we're seeing more and more scrutiny in. At the moment, I think you're seeing a lot more hesitation. I think it's like there's more stalling of deals, because it's like there's further due diligence that's happening in terms of, question Simon asked about relevance going forward 1, 2, 3 years. At the same time, is the model built? How long is it going to take us to build that model out? How long is it going to take to get that evidence that this could be successful from a value capture point of view? So then there's a lot more questions than a sort of classic CDD we would have done, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's completely different now. And I think that's stalling everybody, because everybody's a little bit, what does good look like? And I think we're sort of building good at the moment as we sort of go along, because the development cycle are so quick. And the other thing that, can leave a lot of people with this thought is, you think about all of these AI companies, part the sort of providers, the people who think they've got some incredible technology. Like, you want to stick to someone like a Salesforce, right? Agentforce is what they're putting there, and their headless mechanism is what they're putting there, effectively the future of their IP on now. What value has it delivered so far? Like, it's not new. Agentforce is not new. They've been marketing that for a substantial amount of time. Their share price has gone down 30%. They missed their quarter from a revenue point of view, which I don't think they've done for a lot of quarters. I mean, Salesforce was just renowned on just hitting their numbers every single quarter, relentless. They missed their numbers. So it's like, these AI companies are saying we've got AI products embedded, or that's our full story going forward. We're not actually seeing the value return at the moment.